All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today I want to talk to you about MSTY because MSTY seems to be the hot topic. Why? Well, of course, Bitcoin in the past month has surged about 62%. Pardon me, this is Ethereum. Ethereum has surged 62%. We have Bitcoin going up roughly about 25%. That's more like it. And what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about all the hype around MSTY because I'm noticing on YouTube a lot of creators are making videos on MSTY, and some of them are actually really good. I want to give a shout out to this one by Passive Income Investing, where they talk about using MSTR and leverage. Maybe that's a video on margin. I'm not going to play that right now, but nonetheless, I think that's a pretty cool idea as I use margin myself. But what I do want to talk about in this video is I want to talk about everything with MSTY and MSTR. Why people are talking about it right now, why MSTR is going a little bit crazy due to, of course, the price in Bitcoin. I want to talk about some other stocks like Coinbase, which are also correlated very closely to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I just want to give you guys my opinion. Do I think MSTY is a good buy at the current price of about $23? Or do I potentially think it's best to hold off? And your answer may come as a surprise due to the fact, okay, it is a popular Yieldmax ETF, but I'm not necessarily certain about the future of Bitcoin, not in terms of a long-term sense, but I'm talking a short-term sense due to its extreme volatility and its current price point. A lot to talk about, a lot. I'm just rambling on, but what I want to say here is we're up to 8,056 subscribers, 242 subscribers in the past 28 days. So subscribe if you haven't done so because we're growing extremely fast. Thank you very much. Nonetheless, let's talk a little bit about my MSTY position. You can see it right here. I'm going to bold it actually in red so it's nice and easy and throw it in some white. Boom. MSTY, I hold 100 shares. And if we can zoom in a little bit here, I hold 100 shares. My average share price this is definitely wrong. My average share price on MSTY is about $25. I'm currently down in this position, but due to the dividends I have received, I'm in the positive overall. And MSTY, of course, is one of the favorite Yieldmax ETFs due to the extremely high dividends it pays out. I don't think in the entirety of MSTY's existence, it has not paid a dividend under $1. And I currently hold 100 shares. This is a little bit fuzzy, and sorry to kind of show this here, but I hold 100 shares. And so I would likely not receive less than $100. And on their last dividend of $2.37, I have it pulled up right here, I received $237 from 100 shares of MSTY. That is an awesome dividend, and that's great income coming in. And that's why I give a shout out to this video on leverage, because if you're able to use leverage, you'll likely pay down that leverage very quick with MSTY. So why am I not rushing to just throw all my money and buy more in MSTY? Well, when you're looking at MSTY, you're looking at MSTR, the underlying stock, you got to look at Bitcoin because MSTR and MSTY pretty much track Bitcoin. If you look at the past 1 year, just to even zoom out here, you'll notice it's very correlated. We see big spikes kind of in the endpoints of 2024. We look at November 2024 as well. We see a huge rise in MSTR stock price. And then as we see a slowdown in Bitcoin, we also see a bit of a slowdown in MSTR. And with the recent rise in Bitcoin, we see a recent rise in MSTR as well. So throughout all this, if you were to have held MSTY from the beginning, you'd still be up. It was a $20 Yieldmax ETF, so you'd still be up $2.89 plus any dividends received over that time. It's awesome. But it's important to think about Bitcoin. Where do you feel that Bitcoin's going in the future? We're approaching pretty much an all-time high. And so it's an exciting time, but the way I view cryptocurrency as a whole, I think it's more of a speculative market. You're basically banking on someone else to pay more for this digital asset than you are. And Bitcoin, unlike a dividend stock, not necessarily Yieldmax ETF, but something like Coca-Cola, which is a physical business, it pays a dividend based on earnings. Bitcoin doesn't necessarily earn. I'm no cryptocurrency expert, but I'm not necessarily certain if you can stake Bitcoin to earn more of a time. I understand you can mine Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is reaching its cap, but I feel like Bitcoin is all about how much is the next person willing to pay? Are they willing to pay more than you paid for it or less? And what comes with that is volatility, because I do believe there's a lot of speculation within Bitcoin. And please let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Bitcoin has had insane rises and falls at the same time. You see November 9th here, we can go all the way up to November 12th, where Bitcoin rose roughly $20,000 in a span of 2 days. That's roughly 20%. And it's had certain time periods where it's fallen roughly about 20% in a couple days. So when you're buying into MSTY, MSTR, Coinbase, or Bitcoin itself, expect extreme volatility. And if you're interested and you feel like you can profit from that volatility and stomach that volatility, I think it could potentially be an investment for you. But with this current price of Bitcoin, I think we either have two ways. It's going to either hit and push through, or it's going to hit and rebound. And currently, I think with all the kind of economic, I'd say honestly like a tailwind, I think we're likely to hit this and potentially push through a little bit. So it's very interesting to see where it's going to go. I think potentially a lot of stocks are going to prosper if Bitcoin pushes through, like Coinbase, like MSTR, like MSTY. But by no means do I think we're at a discount in terms of Bitcoin. I've seen Bitcoin crash very hard, and that's a reason why I'm not buying MSTY. I like to buy when Bitcoin's at a low price. I bought back when Bitcoin was maybe at 115,000. That's when I try to purchase the bulk of my MSTY shares and get my average share cost down. So I don't think it's an amazing, it depends where you think Bitcoin's going from here. I have to hold myself. If you think that Bitcoin is going to be potentially $1 million one day, MSTY might look like a steal. But for the current time being, if you feel that Bitcoin's a bit too volatile and it has a potential to drop 20-30% and you want to pick it up on those days, that is when I'm looking to buy MSTY as a investor myself. So I hope you guys did enjoy my opinion. I'm not a huge crypto nerd, but I do understand the space a little bit, and I do have some stocks which are invested in the price returns of crypto, so I do kind of keep up with it a little bit. Nonetheless, this was my opinion on MSTY. If you're interested in more content like this, we're up to 8,056 subscribers. Make sure you stick around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.